How does your IEP help you?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really pay much attention to it. I don't know much about it.
I don't know. I think it's like, I'm not really sure on that much, no.
I really don't know how it helps me.
The students you just saw all have IEPs, or individual education plans, that impact what and how they learn. The 1997 reauthorization of the IDEA, or Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, requires that students attend their IEP meetings by age 14 and that they sign their own IEPs by age 18. However, it is rare for students to actually participate in establishing the goals of the plan. And as you've just seen, younger students are often not aware of its existence. The dropout rate for students with learning disabilities is twice as high as among non-disabled students. Nearly 2/3 of students with learning disabilities are unemployed 1 year after graduating from high school. There is another approach for students with disabilities. It has been used with hundreds of students in Virginia for the last 9 years. Let's ask the opening question again, this time to students from the Virginia program. How does your IEP help you?
Teaches you a lot of responsibility.
It taught me who I was academically.
This program prepares you for the future. It gets you ready for the job out there that you want or for college.
It teaches you responsibility, and it teaches you to deal with things you don't necessarily want to deal with. And it gives you a lot of self-confidence.
This program helps you ask for what you want.
The students you have just seen have learning disabilities. They are students from Jeb Stuart High School in Fairfax County, Virginia. They not only know how an IEP impacts them, they have been developing their own education plans and leading their own IEP meetings. They are part of a program that began as a vision of teacher Marcy McGahey Kovac.
I was one of those teachers that just decided that this was a good thing to do, and then along the way I invited the administration to come, or the students invited the administration to come and the teachers, and that was how I gained support, just by doing.
It is our hope that what you see here will encourage you to begin, just by doing, student-led IEPs. It is as simple as that. Making it work with your students in your school and in your community is a process that will build with each student-led IEP that you facilitate. Marcy McGahey Kovac recommends 3 levels of student participation.
Getting started in our schools. Students participate in the IEP process. Level 1, students state or read their transition plan for the future, ITP. All high school students should do this. Level 2, students explain their disability, list their accommodations needed, and share their strengths and weaknesses. Level 3, students lead their IEP conference. Steps 3 is step 1 and 2 combined. Ms. McGahey has us start at level 3 because she has trained the teachers to train us. Be patient with yourselves if you have to start at level 1 and build up. Have confidence.
For a new teacher starting this for the very first time, I would say make it simple, take it slow, and enjoy the process.
What is a student-led IEP? It looks like this.
Are you getting nervous for this meeting?
Yes.
Take a deep breath, you can do it.
Thank you for coming to my IEP. I'm going to start off by introducing everyone. This is my friend Juan for my first hour class, my mom Stacy Everidge, my teacher Miss Emma for first, second, and third, and my 8th grade teacher for biology, 6th period, is Miss Espinoza. I'm a student with emotional disability. I get frustrated when I can't do my work, and I get frustrated when I don't like to guess. Now I will discuss my strengths and limitations. My strengths and limitations for skills class is that I do my work. Limitations, things I need to work on, needs to work on talking too much. Sometimes I have a bad day. I'm going to introduce Mrs. McDonald, the special ed director.
Are you going to be sharing this information with the rest of the teachers, or have you already done that?
Yeah, I've talked to Miss Casada a few times about it.
Okay. Good.
So she's kind of capable of, she knows what I do when I get loud and everything. She just has me take a seat or something like that, or go sit outside.
Focusing his attention to what he really needs to learn is how he can learn.
I take tests best when I am in a quiet place. I should try to work on my own first, then get extra help. Things I need to work on: taking notes, tests, spacing off, not to rush through work. And other comments or questions, please ask.
Communication skill is something he's really going to need, not only in high school but for his future, and I've seen a big change in that. So,
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel good.
How do you like this meeting compared to all the other meetings in the last 7 years?
Nervous.
Nervous?
There may be many practice sessions before a student is ready to lead his or her IEP meeting. The process requires a willingness from both the student and the teacher to risk doing things differently. Brad Witzel, a teacher that worked with the program in Virginia, remembers an experience in getting a former gang member prepared to lead his IEP.
And I said, hey, there, time for your IEP. It's coming up in about a month and a half here. Not doing it. And I said, hey, but it's student-led. Student-led, I know what that means. It means that I get to talk for a little bit, then you all get to badmouth me. I've been there before, Witzel. Okay, I'll give it a shot. I'll meet with you a few times after school. If I don't like it though, Witzel, I'm out there. I have never seen such an incredible thing in my life. Welcome to my IEP. That booming voice, administrators that have been yelling at him for years, he did never yell because he showed, hey, I'm mature, I'm in charge, please, listen to me, here's what I want to discuss.
The question is often asked, who can handle leading their own IEP? Only older students? Only students with learning disabilities?
This process will work with students with, my experience has been with students with any type of disability. I have not led a student-led IEP with a child who is IQ was below 50. And so for that, I really don't know. But for other students with physical disabilities, emotional disabilities, hearing disabilities, visual disabilities, I have had experience with. And the younger student I have not had a lot of experience with kindergarten. But I think if it's how you would ask the kids, I think probably the little kindergarten kids in first grade would probably be the most exciting to work with because they don't have any inhibitions, and they would be probably very glad to tell you what they think that they can do well and can't do well.
The vision behind this program is much greater than just having students lead their own IEPs. It is a chance for students to develop the essential skills of communication and self-advocacy that will ensure success throughout their lives. Kara DeMick led her own IEP throughout high school. She is now a college junior and a spokesperson for the student-led IEP program.
I cannot stress how important it is for students to become self-advocates. There are 3 steps in becoming a self-advocate. The first step is accepting your disability. Having a disability is not a bad thing. The second step is understanding what you need. What accommodations do you need to succeed? The third step is getting help. You can go through school and never have to stand up for yourself. But when you go to college, it is your responsibility to tell them the accommodations you need to succeed. Your parents and teachers won't be there to help you. It is your life. Take charge.
If you have any students who have a learning disability or any disability, work with them on this. It takes only a few minutes a day, it's not threatening, but leads to a lifetime of benefits.
In Arizona, the Tullison elementary and high school districts will be the first to implement student-led IEPs. Former and current students and staff from Virginia's Jeb Stuart High School helped launch the program for Tullison. They led an assembly for students and faculty to explain the process and benefits of student-led IEPs. This was followed by a simple planning session to identify supports needed to ensure the success of student-led IEPs in Tullison. The program was quickly embraced and launched in the Tullison districts. Julian's IEP meeting, portions of which you saw on this video, speaks for itself. Administrators, teachers, parents, and students are ready for this important change.
I think it's a long time coming. I've been in special education for a long time, and I think one of the things that has frustrated me over time is that we as professionals have sat down at a table, typically with parents and rarely with our students, and go through basically a menu of skills and activities that we would like for the student to learn.
I think it's a way for our students to be able to empower themselves and for them to learn more about their disability, for them to be able to focus more on themselves and to make decisions for themselves.
As a parent, I'm very excited about them. I think for my own son, it will give him an ability to learn how to communicate what he needs and what other people need to help him with.
It's going to be good for students who haven't spoke their mind, and the IEP is going to teach them to speak their mind and tell the teachers what they need and like what they're capable of doing and what they're not capable of doing.
Information on student-led IEPs is available through NICHI, the National Information Center for Children and Youth with Disabilities. In Arizona, additional information can be obtained from Raising Special Kids. Arizona schools can obtain information from Tolleson Elementary School District or Tolleson High School District.